This book review was way overdue. Another Way to Live, a Psychiatrist Among Indian Ascetics by Dr. RL Kapur. It was edited posthumously by Dr. Malavika Kapur and Dorothy Buglas because he passed away while writing this book. He addresses questions in this book that have always troubled me. He was agnostic, he was a psychiatrist and a psychiatric epidemiologist. For 25 years, he documented the lives of Hindu and Buddhist holy people, and this is what the book is about. The questions that he wished to answer through it were: can people really change? Is spirituality helpful to different kinds of people? What if we looked at sadhus and sannyasis and followed their lives for 3 decades? What about schizophrenics choosing a life of renunciation and withdrawal as a safe space? Do they also choose this existence? The book took me a week to read and it's unique, so I highly recommend it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The author was a psychiatrist, a gold medalist from AIMS, now NIMHANS. He was the first psychiatrist to win a Commonwealth scholarship. He worked under Dr. Kreitman, who was well known for coining the term parasuicide. Very few Indians have done epidemiological work, and he was one of them. His was the first Indian monograph on psychiatric epidemiology. He was the head of department of psychiatry at NIMHANS from 76 to 83. Several chapters of the book have anecdotes and stories of his experiences. He took a year's sabbatical to learn Patanjali's Yoga Sutras and documented his observations, in addition to the observations made by his wife, professor, psychologist, Dr. Malavika. For the sake of the novice reader, he tried to simplify the philosophy of yoga and his reflections on Hindu and Buddhist spirituality and religion and mental health. And he also compared the Western and Eastern perspectives of mental health. I particularly liked his exploration of psychotherapeutic differences between the East and West. For instance, he notes how Eastern traditions view suffering as an inevitable consequence of being alive, whereas in the West, suffering is seen as a sort of an aberration. My favorite analogy is when he writes about the bicycle model, where you watch a person trying to ride a bicycle for the first time, and what you see is them losing balance. No matter what they do, it increases the loss of balance. Now, the next day, you see the same thing, but the loss of balance is now because of overcorrection. As a result of the gap between the loss of balance and the recovery of balance, one still falls. By the time a person learns to ride smoothly, what you're actually seeing is a reduction in time between the loss of balance and the recovery of balance. And so this appearance is that of stability and equilibrium. But in fact, what you're seeing is constant motion, because the person is constantly losing balance and subcortically, unconsciously, continually correcting themselves. Brilliant. This learning curve of constant correction is what is considered as a demeanor of equanimity, something like the stability of a spinning top. I thought this was very beautiful. There are many such tremendous insights that the book gave me. My only issue with the book was its oversimplification of things, but then one must remember that the author passed away, leaving his notes behind, and the work was completed based on these notes. If you're an Indian psychologist committed to scientific inquiry, it does not matter whether you're atheist, anti-theist, agnostic, religious, evangelical. This is a longitudinal documentation that you must read. There's a link to the book below, which if you use at no extra cost to you, I get credit to buy more books to review. I've also a newsletter that's absolutely free and offers you self-help resources that have been verified by me. If you wish to subscribe to it, that link is below as well. Until next time, happy trails to you.